Tonight, a 4 in Your Corner special report, a deadly disease silently spreading. Some are calling it the new AIDS, and I'm showing you why. It's called Chagas disease, and it's spread by blood-sucking insects that hide in crevices and ceilings. They usually strike at night and prefer biting people in the face.
They're called kissing bugs.
Infectious disease specialist Dr. Amy Wecker tells me it's not actually the bugs themselves or even their bite that do the real damage.
They actually have the parasites in their body, and they actually defecate then onto the person after they've bit them, and then the parasites actually pass into the bloodstream.
And from there, cardiologist Dr. Brian Taschner tells me it can wreak havoc on the body.
It seems like there's an inflammatory reaction that's induced by this parasite.
The esophagus and intestines swell until they're abnormally large and stop working.
It can also cause some chronic problems with the heart, mainly heart failure due to a weakening of the heart muscle.
It can definitely be fatal.
An estimated 8 million people are infected, most in the poorest parts of Latin America. Because many people are unaware they have it, the symptoms often don't show up for decades, and because it can be spread through blood transfusions and pregnancy, the authors of a recent editorial in an infectious disease journal called Chagas the new AIDS of the Americas.
It's becoming more common in the United States.
I called the state health department's top disease doctors in Tallahassee to find out if Chagas is here.
We certainly have people living in Florida who are chronically infected with the organism that causes Chagas.
And the blood-sucking bugs that spread it?
We do have the bugs here.
But I found the state is not keeping track the way you might expect. How many cases of Chagas do we have in Florida?
Chagas is not a reportable disease.
Now, what does that mean?
It means the doctors and the labs do not have to report individual cases of Chagas disease in Florida.
Since our laws don't require Chagas to be reported like other diseases such as HIV, the state's only numbers come from each of Florida's blood banks, which screen for Chagas.
They detect roughly 20 people a year who go to give blood and who have antibodies indicating present or past infection with Chagas disease.
All 4 doctors I interviewed,
I've never seen a case here,
say it's still extremely rare here.
People in general in Florida really don't need to be concerned about Chagas.
But without laws requiring it to be reported, it may be tough to know if or when Chagas goes from a rarity in Florida to something that would require more serious attention. Would it help at all if it were a reportable disease?
I think we have a pretty good handle. Through the blood bank data, we have a pretty good handle of what's going on.
Now, though the Centers for Disease Control puts the number of worldwide cases between 8 and 11 million, other estimates are as high as 20 million, with an estimated 300,000 cases in the U.S. No cases, I checked this, have been reported to any of our local health departments in Southwest Florida, but keep in mind, no one's required to report the cases by law. Some medical experts say it's a misleading comparison to actually call this the new AIDS because this cannot be spread through sex the way HIV can. You can see how you can minimize your risk and get tested right now when you go to fox4now.com.